I have to admit it. I got stuck in a Lord of the Rings marathon. I figure I'll record this bit right before I really get into part two. Last night I couldn't sleep because of being lonely and whatnot, because Sky not being here. So I ended up watching The Dark Knight, not because of Christian Bale, but because of Heath Ledger. Because let's be honest, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker, you already know. Then I went to Lord of the Rings. Yeah, one does not simply watch one Lord of the Rings movie and not the rest of them. But in that aspect, that brought me back to when, because I actually I clicked on the super special edition extended cut version, and that was damn near 3 hours long. I forgot how long these movies are, and I and they must have updated it even more because it's I don't remember certain scenes that were in the first special edition when they did the whole box set back in the early 2000s and mid 2000s. And with that box set of all three special edition with behind the scenes, like one more over like 160 hours worth of behind the scenes, the making of this, that, and the third. I more so watched the behind the scenes, and that's what really that for Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith specifically. They had the behind the scenes and making of Revenge of the Sith. I don't remember if the Attack of the Clones had one. I know Phantom Menace had one on the VHS right before the feature film itself, Phantom Menace. But watching those behind the scenes and how the movies were actually made, that's what inspired me to want to become a filmmaker and a visual effects designer and really make movies, man. Like, I've lost sight of that for the longest time, and watching Lord of the Rings and bringing me back to the countless nights where I would fall asleep watching the behind the scenes and the making of Lord of the Rings, or I wouldn't fall asleep at all. I'd watch all of it in one sitting. That is that disc, or that one chapter of the 20 that is on disc 1 out of like 6. But like, I just wanted to talk about that for an intro, because I wanted to do something inspirational for this episode, and I want to talk about inspiration and what inspired me to be a content creator, and that all wound up to me wanting to be a filmmaker, a film director, and visual effects artist. And I still want to be, which is why I'm working on the live-action Mortal Kombat Reptile series. That's ultimately what I ultimately want to do it. And then the video game design and stuff like that came later on, and with 3D animation and modeling with Maya and Mudbox in my senior year, that was the final piece of the puzzle. But it all boiled from watching the behind the scenes making of different movies. X-Men actually had one behind the scenes as well, X-Men 2, with the first appearance of Nightcrawler in live action on the big screen. Like, all the behind the scenes is what really birthed my interest and yearning for wanting to be a filmmaker. But my family never supported it. My mom sabotaged me going to the Dave school by lying to me that they didn't accept student loans or anything like that, or grants. Come to find out, 2 years later, I decided to give them a call to give it a shot, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we were accepting loans during that time." My mom lied to me to sabotage my career that, honestly, I wouldn't be suffering right now if I had. So this episode's all about inspiration. I'm gonna get back into Lord of the Rings trilogy, because, again, one does not simply watch one Lord of the Rings and not continue the rest. It is almost 3:30 in the morning. I've been up since 2. That last clip was, I want to say, when I woke up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yesterday. And today is the 19th. Yesterday was the 18th. Because the night prior, like I said in the beginning of the clip, yeah. So right now I'm watching part 3 of Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, as I am storyboarding. Oh my god, fuck off. Friggin' ads. Figured do some storyboarding while I watched Lord of the Rings Part 3, storyboarding for the Mortal Kombat live action Reptile series. I'm gonna have some medicine too. I don't have an actual desk anymore, as you know, seen in the last episode. Not like it was really much of anything to begin with, but I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I'm really not, but I deserve nice things, man. I deserve things that don't break easily or already damaged or come with missing pieces. Well, I'm using my Mortal Kombat 1 Collector's Edition box that has a stab in it, because, I can never have anything nice without it get ruined or anything. Some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I'm using this as a lead-on, if you will, to, But I am going to pack some medicine and get me a Mountain Dew from the refrigerator, because it honestly will not be an episode in the day in the life of Holy Venom without doing the dew. Probably wondering why and how I woke up, aside from my insomnia. My insomnia is keeping me awake. I got woken up by getting bit and eaten alive by bed bugs. And I still feel shit crawling on me. I can't sit or stand or anything in this house without getting eaten alive by bed bugs now. Because of a certain person who didn't want to have any common decency and not have a care about infesting other people's houses. I digress. Anywho. Flour, Mountain Dew, storyboarding, Lord of the Rings. And now there's cooking oil all over my damn floor. For some fucking reason now. I haven't touched any cooking oil in over 1.5 years. I hate this house. I hate this disgusting piece of garbage. Y'all, I found another seed for the medical stuff, for the medical marijuana. 9 lions, 9 lines. Let's fucking go. That's now 2 seeds. A side note, I think we can honestly all agree that the Lord of the Rings trilogy is one of the most beautiful, best pieces of cinema in cinema history, hands down 100%. I know there's Titanic, there's Star Wars trilogy, the original Star Wars trilogy, but Lord of the Rings, literally, Peter Jackson took a bunch of actors and a bunch of cameramen and whatnot and said, let's go LARPing in New Zealand for 5 years. And that's what they did. Yeah. I want to go LARPing in New Zealand. Like, what? Another point I want to bring out is Pippin. Full of a Pippin actually has very, very, very as few as it may be, Pippin has his moments, man. Especially when it goes to having Treebeard go south. Pippin was being smart. If we go towards the south, towards the enemy, towards the worldly action, we can go away smoothly and get unnoticed. From the closer we are to battle, the safer we are. They won't be expecting that. Pippin, that was probably the greatest idea you've had throughout the whole trilogy. Up to that point, up to that point, you kind of no. But that right there, that's a 20 point for you, Pippin. You start using your noggin. And then we get to the beginning of part 3, and he plays with Palantir. But because of accident, well, not accidentally playing with the Palantir, he does it on purpose. But because of that accidentally gives Frodo and Sam more time to get the ring to Mordor. Because at that exact moment, Sauron then at that moment believes that Pippin is the one who has the ring, not Frodo anymore. Yeah. So here I'm storyboarding the first maybe 1 to 5 first scenes of the Reptile series. And I figured I'd go with, like, in the style of art cards, kind of like animated art cards for the prologue. And then once it gets to the end of the prologue, that's when it'll become live action and stuff like that. Setting a couple things up for later down the series. Dude, Gandalf's shade towards Pippin, it's so savage, but it's so called for, man. It really is, because Pippin, man. Pippin has probably the highest doozy count in the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy. If not the only one. But give him props for not telling Sauron anything about Frodo and the ring. Accidentally giving Frodo more time because I said earlier, the enemy, Sauron, now believes Pippin has the ring. I'm also thinking of having a narrator narrate the art cards to break down the lore as well. So I don't have to have someone with a good narrating voice and stuff. I was also thinking of having a fade between each art card too as well. I don't know yet though. One other thing I want to talk about Lord of the Rings real quick. I know I'm talking about Lord of the Rings because I'm watching Lord of the Rings, but the last time I watched this, sitting down 1, 2, and 3, was when me and Skylar were still living with her mother in 2020 or 2021. And before that was with Andrew, when he was forcing me to shoot him with heroin. During that time, when I came back from being homeless in Atlantic City. Yeah, so, yeah. It's been a minute since I sat down and watched these again. But I want to talk about the music real quick. The music score in Lord of the Rings, I'm not gonna lie, it tops Star Wars. Star Wars, you say? Yeah, no, I know I'm making a bold statement, but it's the truth, man. The score in Star Wars is great. John Williams is great. Don't get me wrong. But the scores in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, man, they hit you here. They hit you in the soul, my guy. especially Pippin's song at the during the battle, the second battle of Osgiliath. Dude, that shit will bring a tear to your eyes, man. That will make you start tearing up. And like just the scenes, plus the score making it so much more emotional. Yeah, Lord of the Rings got over Star Wars. I have to say it. I have to say it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think? Star Wars or Lord of the Rings when it comes to music score? Which one's better? And just so you know, that is specifically the original Star Wars trilogy and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, because Kenobi's score, the Kenobi series, masterpiece. So you're wondering why and how this came to be with this Reptile series. I was trying to search for live action Reptile series, fan films, stuff like that on YouTube, and there was only one or two, and that was basically it. So I'm like, yo, nah, I'm gonna change that, and yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, this part right here, the rebuilding of the Blade of Isildur. Fire. I'm sorry, not remaking, the reforging of the Blade of Isildur. The blade that was broken shall be whole once again. I made a typo earlier, a verbal typo. The part 1 was 3 hours and 45 minutes long. Okay, with the super special extended cut edition. Part 2 was 3 hours and 55 minutes long, and part 3 is 4 hours and almost 4.5 hours long. I love it. I love it because this gives so much more depth and makes some of the other scenes that made no sense, they make sense now. They make sense now, especially for part 2. There's a lot of scenes in part 2 that literally made no sense, and I'm talking about specifically the one scene where Saruman sends the wild men and his orcs, or his Uruk-hai, to attack the villagers and the villages of the city of Rohan. Not Rohan itself yet, but like the little bits parts of Rohan before we get to the actual kingdom, or the actual king where Theoden is. And there's a scene where a mother sends her 2 children, a son and daughter, to go to the keep of the king. And then, and this is in the original version, it then cuts to a grown man and what seems to be, from what the impression I got from this scene, from what seems to be the brother and sister grown up, and now it looks like as time has passed and these 2 kids are now adults. So I'm like, huh? Only come to find out, that wasn't the 2 children. That was Eomer, played by Karl Urban, and Theoden's son, Theodred. This version with the super extended cuts, it shows a scene where Eomer is looking for Theodred, and he finds basically pretty much Theodred and his whole army decimated with arrows and completely got sloshed. Then it goes to the quote-unquote adult older brother, older sister, to where it is now confirmed that it is Eomer and Theodred, Theoden's son. You can understand how that could be portrayed as such in the original version? Stuff like that. Yo, I'm gonna freak, because I swear to God, I just saw a bed bug on my neck and just crawl right down. Tell me y'all seen that. I'm not hallucinating shit, right? Oh wait, hold on. It might have been the spot with the camera. Yo, this is the thing. It just, because I swear I didn't move. No, it was the spot in the camera. Yo, this shit ain't fun, man. I didn't have bed bugs in this house before the shit with CBS started. I promise and guarantee you that. I can't. I get, oh man, I hate this shit. This was supposed to be an inspirational video. That honestly completely threw me off what I was talking about. But oh wait, so yeah, certain scenes that were put in after the original version was released, that helped make the movie give more context to certain scenes that literally made no sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, Faramir and Boromir's father was a dick. So after seeing that there's no reptile series or anything like that, I decided to do a poll on Facebook and YouTube. I also have a video on the channel with the details and whatnot with that poll in deciding what I was going to do. If you want to check it out, the video is right there. We got the Voltage flavor this episode. This was originally my favorite out of all the Mountain Dews for the longest time. Then it was Baja Blast. Now it's Baja Blast. I ended up getting tired after this bit, so I decided to go to sleep for a little bit and then wake up. I just wanted to talk about something real quick with this thing. So, back maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, basically when this channel was in its beginning, like when it first started, this specific channel, I did a video with voice acting and voiceover, and my voice acting was so on point, they hit me with a copyright because for the lungs, eyes, and pancreas scene from the Venom movie. Because I did the voice for it for when I did the voiceover for that video. Bro, my voice acting was so on point, they hit me with a freaking copyright because I sounded just like the movie. And I remember that specifically because I'm like, no, that's bullshit. How the hell did they hit with the copyright when I didn't use anything from the movie? That was me. Like, that should be, honestly, I take that as a compliment. My voice acting is that good that YouTube thought I took clips from the movie and put it in my video. Hopefully that doesn't happen with this video with the Gandalf line I did and the Eye of Sauron line I did. Yo, that my voice acting scares me that much to where it's so on point, it scares me. Like my voice, my my line of "I see you" sounded better than the movie itself. That's how scary it is. That's scary. Because I was editing this, I was replaying that bit over where I said the "I see you" line when Pippin goes and goes to get the Palantir, and then I was coughing. Then the actual movie line said "I see you," bruh. Tell me my voice acting isn't on point. It's nicer out here. And honestly, it looks like we have a little piece of Middle Earth right here in my backyard. Not literally my backyard, but literally where I grew up. This literally looks like this take out all the buildings, everything. This looks like this could be a scene in the Shire. Take out all of this right here, the white guardrail. But yeah, look at all this, guys. Steps. And this place is, I'm gonna use this place as one, maybe a couple scenes in different parts of the live action Mortal Kombat Reptile series I'm working on. And there's a Crispinator right there. He tagged along and ended up bumping into him.
You use my lighter?
I used mine. I wanted to see if it was dying. It's dying. Figured do some concept art or something. Get some inspiration for being here. Also, a long time ago, when I was little, around maybe 5 or 4, a really good friend of mine and everybody here in this area, Bradley, he, God rest his soul, he died here. Because over there is like a bridge with water underneath it and stuff. The whole story was that it was a freak accident. He jumped in the creek and the current took him and he drowned. You know, that he wasn't the only one there either. There were other kids there too. Now as a kid, okay, yeah, that's believable. You're a kid. You don't really, you can't really, you had that innocence to not think any malcontent or foul play was at hand. Now that I'm an adult and I'm thinking about it, because I was close to Bradley. They don't add up. Now that I'm an adult, now I'm thinking about it. Someone could have been jealous of him because he was the only person in our area to have moon shoes. If y'all remember moon shoes back in the day, but they were awesome. He was the only one in our area to have moon shoes, and Bradley was everybody's friend. And you know, kids can be evil. Who is to say that someone didn't? It wasn't a setup to, you know, oh hey Brad, oh hey guys, let's go swimming down, you know, down, you know, oh hey Bradley, I dare you to jump off the bridge. No one would kill him. But yeah, that don't add up, man. That don't add up. Looks like it's missing an eye. Yeah, it's missing an eye. Holy shit. This guy's seen some days.
He got into it with the other one. Where am I going?
Go straight.
Forget how to get out of here.
Like I said, y'all, got a little piece of the Shire right here in Luzerne County. As much as this area sucks, there are bits and pieces of it that actually is beautiful, like this. Like filming down there would be pretty cool.
You better.
That'd be really, really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Filming next to the water that's over there. That'd be pretty sweet. Some filming over in this area. First scene, maybe. We're heading back to the house, but I'm gonna take you on the trip back for a little exploring.
Thirsty, drink.
Yeah, we're thirsty. Like, I can mask all that out in After Effects, stuff like that, and create a different background for it, and get rid of all the houses and all that. You can do that in After Effects.
Yeah.
A little bit of pond there, or a stream from the water back there.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. Right here is the exact area where Bradley drowned. Oh yeah, dude, a scene here, right? Yeah, dude, this would be nice. This would be awesome, bro. But yeah, under that tunnel, on the other side, I think that's where Bradley died and drowned, or in this exact spot, because the river was. This was actually a giant river, hence why the rocks are here to keep it at bay. Oh look, ducks! ADHD for you. But yeah, this was a lot higher back, and this was a lot different back in the day when I was a kid. But he probably drowned right here where this little tunnel is. The current took him. And I still don't feel right, because I still feel like a setup, bro. I really do. R.I.P. Bradley. Like, the water wasn't this low to where you can possibly walk into that under there. pretty sure you can get out through that corner of the gate. We'll probably stop in Garrity's and get something to drink and stuff. Nope. Used to be able to. Well, so we gotta go into the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
Should be fun. Oh, we have to go back the way we came. Yeah, I don't think that's happening neither.
Yeah, no. That's the one for it.
Oh, we have to go back the way we came. That's all fenced up over there, isn't it?
Oh no, it didn't go up that way. I'm not planning on going that way either.
There used to be an opening in that fence, or
Yeah,
they rebuilt it.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, I'm definitely have to create my own ambiance and background sound, because this ain't gonna pass for a Satara when there's fucking cars, you hear cars in the background.
Yeah, no, it's not. Now it starts going.
Ha.
I guess you knew that we were leaving. That's, yeah. That is unbelievable.
That's great.
So that we can't sort the bull properly now.
Right?
It doesn't matter because Johnny Boy has a cart. Well, I had plans today and they got ruined. So that's why I went to my uncle's. What was that?
I don't know, but something landed on my hand. And I didn't like it. I'm good. Yeah, that definitely would have sucked. Well, we're back at the house. Crispy left a little bit ago. October came by for a little bit. I think today was a good day. I owe you 3 days of Proverbs chapters. I will be continuing working on the Mortal Kombat Reptile series. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of A Day in Life of HolyVenom, and hopefully you got some inspiration. I'm going to finish edit this video, and then I'm going to play some DVD with Bro Fox, McVonatron, and Corn Pop. Yeah. If you want to see more HolyVenom content and A Day in Life of HolyVenom, check out this video right here. And if you want to pick up some HolyVenom gear from the HolyVenom store, the link will be in the description as well as a pinned comment down below. Also, if you want to join the HolyVenom Discord server, it is also at the bottom of the description. as well as my other social media platforms and other YouTube channels on here. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. God bless.